Okay, it's another very enjoyable day in the life of a guitar restringer. Oscar Schmitt, they made a 12 string, and this thing has every sort of string coming out of everywhere on this one. So I'm going to pull the strings off of this. Now, fortunately for me, my customer's telling me, oh, I'm going out of town for a week, so I'll be back in a week. So I think what I'm going to do on this guitar is I'm just going to pull all these weird strings. I'm just going to pull them off, get them out of here, and then I can maybe just let it set around. I don't have an urgency on this one to immediately start digging into it. So I got some time, so I think that's kind of a cool thing, in a way. No rush. Because he's got strings tangled and wound around a couple of times. I saw a YouTube video and it's like, you don't need locking tuners, and the guy ran the string around a whole bunch of times and then shoved it back through the hole, and I'm like, oh my God, man, do you realize how hard you are making it for the next guy to restring that guitar when you have your strings wound around there a bunch of times and then jammed back through the hole? It's like, yikes. Don't do it like that. Well, this thing is just kind of falling apart. There's our bridge piece right there. And as you can see, I'm just using my wire cutters, but you grab it very delicately. And but I did get a tool the other day that is meant to do that. And I keep that thing right here. Here she is. So I have this one. And so I know it makes you guys cringe every time you see me take my wire cutters to this. So I'm going to start using this little tool right here to take my bridge pins out. I just haven't gotten in the hobby of using that yet. I haven't gotten into the groove of using that yet. This has always been my trusty tool. Okay, so yeah. The fun part. What the ah. Dave's World of Fun Stuff. He knows about this stuff. Dave knows about this stuff. I've watched his channel enough times to understand what he's going through. Guys take their strings and they knot them. Sometimes on some of these bigger ones you can just get in there and cut them. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. Fun stuff. You know, tell me why guys put their strings around and then run it back through the hole.
I have no idea.
Why do guys do that?
I don't know.
And I even watched a YouTube video where some guy was like, I'm going to show you how you don't have to have locking tuners, and he shoves this, he shoves his string back through the hole a bunch of times. Yeah, you know, the purpose of locking tuners is to make string change-outs easy. It's not so much to lock the string in place. It's so that when you do a restring...
The tension should keep the string in place.
Yeah, when you do a restring, now you got shit like this that you got to deal with. Some people in their YouTube videos.
I saw a YouTube video how a guy did it, and that's the way I thought. All right, cool, and I never had any issues with it, so that's the way I've always done it.
Where you wind the string a bunch of times and then shove it through there?
No, I run it. I run it through, right, and then as I rotate it, and I put the string over the top of the end that sticks out. Right. And then, as it comes back around, I go underneath.
Yeah, that's what they call the Gibson wrap.
The Gibson wrap, that's it. I wonder if they're going to start charging like 25 cents every time somebody does that.
Okay, I'm going to push it through, and yeah.
All right, hold on. Just keep it still.
There you go, Neil. You can do it.
Oh, come on, you little...
Air Force.
Army.
Oh, you're in the Army?
Fuck you, man.
I thought you were in the Air Force. See, you still didn't do it. You just cut it all off.
Now pull on it. If you got any needle nose?
I know, it's all about the proper tool. There it is. Okay. No, we're good. We're good up here, Neil. Thank you for your help.
You got one more left.
What?
Oh, no.
Oh, good. Okay.
Sweet.
The worst part of my day is just... We just finished it. That was definitely the worst part of my day. So if that's the worst thing you have to do all day, life's pretty good. And let's just clean it up. Because you can do restrings on guitars. And if you leave the guitar dirty, I don't know, it just makes the customer feel like he got his money's worth. Because a lot of guitar players, they can restring their own guitars. A very small percentage of guitar players drop their stuff off at the guitar shop. So when somebody does drop their guitar off at the guitar shop, you need to shine that thing up and make it new. And then you'll get returned customers that way. Oscar Schmitt by Washburn. Pretty nice guitar. Pretty nice brand. Look how nice that's going to look now.
I already got that sound.
Okay, here we go. Clean this up a little bit. Furniture polish. Gets the top layer of dust off. I know, I probably put way too much on. It's going to be all greasy and everything now. On a basic restring guitar, I always find myself doing a little bit extra. There's guitar shops that charge like $100 just to touch the frets. This is my new StewMac fret file that I just recently got. And so sometimes you just want to pull it out of the drawer and hit those again real quick. Alright, so now I've got my fret guard. And over here I have a nice little piece of, this is 1200 grit sandpaper. Sometimes I go from 1000 to 12. And I just give it a couple of swipes. If you guys have watched my videos, you know I do this in every video on almost every guitar. And this just gets that top layer of dirt and possible corrosion and maybe a little bit of rust, and it smooths them out a little bit. It gets all those all the dirt off there. Every time these guys were playing guitar and they had this thing out at the bar and they were eating hot wings during the break, and then they jump back on it, and yeah, this is getting all the barbecue sauce off of them and all the fun stuff that guitar players eat. There we go. Okay. So much better. I didn't do the top up in here. That's really rough right there. But at least I got the bottom half of it done. Basic restring video. Just give them a little extra sometimes. Okay. Let's look at the truss rod while we're here. So I'm guessing this is a long scale. Yes, it is. Oh, and that thing, oh, crap. A lot of acoustics do this. Now let me lay a straight edge on here. So I'm not going to use my notch straight edge. I'm just going to use a steel ruler. And if I hold it down here, look how much space I have here. It's rocking like crazy. Now if you put your notch straight edge in here and you hold it down on this side, it's nice and flat until you get here to the 14th fret. And then it's super high. So right in front of the camera, I'm going to show you guys that these frets right here, you know, along through here are probably pretty good. But when you get to this 14th fret right there, where the neck meets the body, this part of the neck is glued to the body. And then as soon as you get here, they all dive. So I'm going to just put this on here like this. And wait until you see this. Huge. 15th fret. 16th fret, huge. Yeah, so, yikes. This thing needs to play really well. It needs some work. It needs the level and recrowned and all that. And you can really tell. So what you can do is, this guitar, unless there's a lot of work done right here to these frets where you have to lower them a lot and then recrown them, this guitar is only going to work here in the cowboy chords. And usually on a 12-string guitar, that's usually where you're at anyhow, as you're playing down here, you know. But yeah, a lot of acoustics have a very high fret right here at the 14th fret. So yeah, it's one of those kind of things that you're not going to be able to make the guitar perfect unless you really get into it and file these frets down right here with a straight edge. Okay, shining it up a little bit more. Alright, so I wonder where the battery goes on this thing. Okay, it's right here, so I can usually, a lot of times, I'll put a new battery. And sometimes you want to check the electronics in here, just to make sure that the cables aren't all moving around and doing weird stuff. Stuff in here, and what the? Oh, look at that. Play money. I just found a $100 bill in there. Play money. How about that? That's my tip right there. Should I just put it back in? I guess I will. Today's string choice. Alright, so today's string choice, Ernie Ball 12-string light. I believe these are 9 through 46. And then you have a 9, 12, 9, 12, 20, and 26 as the high strings. We're going to just get right into it here. I know that my customer's not going to be back until next week, but sometimes once I start a project, I have to finish it. It happens, man. The bridge pins come flying out. Okay, do you see that? I just held the flat side of this down on there, pressed it down in there, and it kind of made a nice little popping noise. that really kind of set it in place. It actually plays really well. I had my doubts when it first came in, but it's really good now. Thank you guys for watching.